ready? Good? We're good. We're good. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Millennial Stoners. I'm Joe Winchell, and to my right, just to get out of the way real quick, is one of the new reoccurring hosts that's going to be on the show. We did an episode last week, but the audio was fucked, so we only had some clips, but Mr. Donny Roy, who you guys will be seeing a lot of.
We're back, baby.
Will McCarroll will usually be with us, but he's setting up because he's got a Hamburger Club show tonight. But anybody who's a fan of the show, I say this at the beginning of every episode. You want to support the show, you can do that two ways. Go buy some merch from us. We got a lot of cool hats, shirts, hoodies, all that stuff. Go buy some merch. And if you don't want to spend any money, you can just support the page by liking, sharing, subscribing, comment. All the videos, the reels, subscribe. We've been doing, again, I can never express this enough. We've been doing great with subscribers lately. So thank you so much. So you can do that, man. This is the episode for today. Donny Roy's here. And I'm a little hungover.
Sorry, we're going to get through it together.
I know, we are. Thanks for... Actually, I'm going to do something real quick right now. I'm going to take a little Magic Mind because I'm hazy right now.
You know what? I might join you with that, Joe.
That? You know,
drink some Magic Mind.
It's good stuff, man. It it's not like a lot of people with like ADHD will take it too, and it just helps sharpen your mind. Helps you kind of like with anxiety and stress and all that stuff.
Sharper mind, lower stress, calm energy.
Yeah, calm energy and all that stuff, man.
Who can't use a little bit more of that in their life?
A little bit, I would say. A little bit of calm energy. So I'm just going to do a little shot of this and kind of lock in for the show because it's a little hazy.
Let's get locked in, baby.
Lock in. Hell yeah.
With Magic Mind.
But yeah, no, the Magic Mind stuff is good. We have a little promo too going with them with a little code. It's TMS20. If you go on the Magic Mind website and use it, I believe it's 20% off a one-time purchase and then 40% off if you do like a subscription package.
Yeah.
So you can go to the Magic Mind website, use the promo code TMS20 and get a little percent off Magic Mind. If you're stressed or anything like that, man, you should take it. It's good for you and it helps you throughout the day.
Reclaim your brain.
Reclaim your brain.
Claim it.
Exactly. So now that I took this, I'm going to let this work through my system. Thanks for bringing beer, too, by the way. Branding right now because I have a whole fucking bit about Coors, the banquet beer.
The banquet beer.
Because this is my favorite old beer commercial from back in the day.
Yeah, go see Joe's act.
Go see Donnie's act.
Don't do that.
Don't.
You won't like it.
No, you're funny, dude. I like your shit.
Thanks, buddy. I just go off of what's around me. I like life.
You like life?
I like life.
That's a rare thing. Most comedians hate life.
Yeah, dude. I just like making fun of my wife all the time.
You like making fun of your wife?
She's a good sport.
Most of your bits are about you making fun of your wife, by the way.
I know. It's pretty fun.
You have like 3 bits where you're like, I love my wife, but she says dumb things. Like
she says silly stuff.
But we love Julia, and we just want to say that right now.
Julia is the realest person on planet Earth.
Oh, she's probably like top 5 comedy wife, like that comes around that we're like always excited to see.
She's so down to clown all the time.
Because sometimes people bring their significant other around, and you're like,
uncomfortable.
Fucking Steve's here. Or,
yeah, I had Steve.
Cindy's a bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
I got to be careful about what I say when she's here.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but she's like so chill and so cool with all
then
that
Julia
stuff.
will roast you to your face.
She does. She does
great.
it to me constantly.
Yeah,
and
she loves it, actually.
Yeah. Speaking of roast, I did a roast last night at Red Zone Bar and Grill.
Yeah.
Oh, it was great. Here's the thing that I like about doing roasts there, because they're like, it's like for the local bar rats that are there.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just some guy named Doug. I can't remember his last name.
It's always a Doug.
Some dude named Doug.
Yeah.
But the crowds never get it. Like, or they're always just like horrified by it because we're told to like lay into him, like that's the instructions that the guy who puts it together always tells us. And I went up there and made a pegging joke, and they were very upset. Like
we don't like pegging around these parts.
I was telling you before, I was like, he was like a meter guy.
Yeah.
And before that he worked on bowling alley lanes where he got the nickname Pin Boy. And then before that he worked on the street corner where he got the nickname Peg Boy. And they were like, it's disgusting.
Yeah, dude, working class Long Islanders hate gay stuff.
They do.
They do. It is just a fact.
They do, yeah.
As soon as you bring it up, they're like, they cross their arms like, we don't like that.
I don't like any of those.
I don't want to think those thoughts.
Colors are too bright.
I stopped thinking those thoughts in college.
We got Hamburger Club tonight too.
Hamburger Club is tonight.
It's tonight.
If you're seeing this, it already happened. You missed the boat. Good for you.
But check it out, man. Like,
dude. Hamburger Club is fun.
Because we're bringing it on. We're going to put the clips on the page and everything.
Yeah.
So, like, I keep telling people, check it out because it's a fucking. It's just like first of all, it's a wildly insane show. Like people, I can't describe it to anybody because I tell them I'm like, you just got to go see it for yourself because all I can ever say it's kind of a game show.
Yeah.
But there's so much more to it than that.
There's no right answers. If you get laughs, you get points. And the winner takes home $100. That's what all comedians want to do.
Yeah, it's like a more offensive Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Exactly. You get up there, you say a couple funny things, you walk out with $100. It's great. You push the envelope. We're going to have fun. We're going to see if we can stay at this venue with the things we're talking about tonight, but we're going to have fun.
Oh, every time. Every time. It's always just like at a certain point, like an hour into the show, if you just look out into the audience, everybody's just like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
Like, then they like it too.
Exactly. Yeah, and we're not bad people because they're laughing and we're like, all right, good. We're hitting the mark.
Oh, that's as a comedian, that's the thing you always look at when you make a joke and you're just like, oh, these people, all right, good. I'm not a bad person. Like they're laughing at this.
No, this is going to be the most exciting one. This is the biggest venue we've ever done.
AMH, right?
Amityville Music Hall.
Amityville Music Hall and everything. So
a staple of the Long Island music community.
We were just talking about that before.
We were.
Like, do you remember the fucking dirty ass rock? There used to be so many dirty ass rock clubs on Long Island.
I only knew about a few. I remember the Vibe Lounge.
Yeah, but that was one of them. Yeah, that was one of them.
Yeah.
There were like because there was what was it? What was the place you were saying before? Broadway.
It used to be Broadway Bar.
Used to be Broadway Bar.
They bought it out. Named it Amityville Music Hall.
They renovated it.
Yeah, it's owned by the scene. Like people in the scene own it.
Oh, it's like people in the scene own it.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so people who were all involved in those shows back in the day.
Man, that's all. I wish I had like nothing to do with my life, where all of a sudden I was like, let's just buy a bar.
Well, yeah. Let's buy a club.
That's the dumbest idea anybody could. Like, you don't even. People used to be like, "Oh yeah, like, you know, you're always on coke," when you say it's like, no, I've heard that conversation sober. Just like between my friends in their mid-30s, who are going nowhere in life, and they're just like, you know, what we should do? We should buy a bar.
Yeah. You want these good times to keep happening all the time?
Yeah.
Nothing bad could happen.
Hey, are you scared to like experience life? Do you want to stay in a microcosm?
Yeah.
Let's buy a bar.
You want to be drunk every night?
You want to be drunk every night?
Eat cheap chicken wings?
Not have best wings on Long Island?
Die at 45?
Die at 45? No. Would you ever own a bar?
Me? No.
You ever had that conversation with any of your buddies? Like, should we buy a bar?
Absolutely not.
I've had that people have conversation. My friend Steve, at one point for like 3 months, I was just depressed.
Yeah.
I was depressed and I needed to do something with my life.
You know what'll pick me up? Buying a bar.
You know what'll pick me up? If I just put myself in debt immediately. Like,
but what my experience is, I grew up with my mom's boyfriend owning a bar, so I was in a bar all the time growing up.
Oh, you were a bar kid?
Yeah, I was literally bar backing at 11 years old. I was literally bringing cases of beer to the bar and ice and all that.
10-year-old Donnie, like just carrying a case of Budweiser with a Camel Light shirt on.
Yeah, so,
like
so I scratched that itch very early in life. So I have no any kind of drive to start a bar.
No, because you're like, no, you probably could run a decent bar, actually.
Honestly, I have more experience than most bar owners.
Every bar owner that you meet, it's like, especially nowadays, it's just like, oh, how long have you been in the restaurant business for? And it's like 3 months.
Yeah.
This place. This is the place.
I've been doing this shit since I was 10 years old, boy.
Yeah, exactly.
I was molded by it. I was seeing titties on Mega Touch when I was 12 years old. I was playing the Joker poker when I shouldn't have been playing it.
I didn't see the light until I was a man. By then, I was already drunk.
I've been shooting pool and coke bars.
Oh, yeah.
When I was fucking way too young to be in them.
Well, that was the thing when you were a kid, because your dad would like, because my dad was a member of the, this is better. My dad was a member is a member of the VFW, American Legion.
Yeah.
And at the time, it was one of those American Legions that had like the bar, there was like the American, like the hall where they all had the meetings, and then like just
the bar area.
There was just the bar.
Yeah. Who are you talking to, buddy?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Ours was the VFW.
Yeah, exactly. So there's always just a pool table, and that's what they would do. Here, go, not even play pool, just like throw the pool balls. And that's what the kids would, that's what I did. I got my arm stuck in there once. Got my arm stuck in the pool ball in the pool table, and they had to just, because like one of the balls got lodged under it, and I was just like, they wouldn't give me quarters, so I was like, I can just reach my small infant hand up here and just grab the pool balls and like throw them back in the pocket, and I just got my arm stuck in it.
Yeah,
and then I never forget what my dad said. My dad got out, he's like, I just want you to know, I saved your life.
You would have died in that
And I
pool
go,
table.
wait, how would I would have, like, I look back on it, I'm like, how did you save my life? Like,
Because all my Legion buddies wanted to kick you to death.
I guess, yeah.
You scratched up the, what do they call it? The felt.
These little bastard kids here getting his arm stuck in the pool table there, Bruce.
Yeah. That's what happened, dude. My dad would just hand me a bag of quarters and me and my siblings would just go nuts.
Oh, yeah, that's back when you could distract kids with a bag of quarters back then.
So
that's
easy.
all you needed.
Yeah.
Now, like, you see, and I'm not like an old head. I'm just like, I wish I had a phone with fucking Mario on it.
Yeah.
But like, they used to just throw, here, go in the arcade, and that would be a full days.
Yeah.
Like, I would hunt for quarters as a kid. I don't know what, I was like
I would look for them.
yeah, I was like, because I knew, I'm like, oh, this is like gold doubloons, and I can play 18 hours of fucking Cruising USA.
Yeah.
So
did I be reaching my little fingers in the payphone at the Knights of Columbus? Like, oh, somebody leave a quarter in here.
dude, the what do they used to call them? Fucking a payphone like bank where there was just like a bunch of. I would go through all those and just find like a quarter, whatever.
Yeah, see somebody ended the phone call early. Like, oh, nice.
Yeah, it's like, oh, they didn't see. I heard it drop. I didn't. It just like you're just like a fucking kid just sitting there like a crack addict waiting for people to drop like a cigarette.
Hey man, you got any quarters?
Yeah. Hey man, can I get a bust down on that butt you're smoking right now?
Yeah, my dad's not paying attention to me, and I need something to do.
Oh God, yeah. But like, for the record, I just want to point out my dad was better than your dad. But
I met his dad. His dad is a real stand-up fella.
But yeah, I was like, I don't know, like you just brought your kid to the bar.
That was just But now what white people do is breweries.
Ugh,
Breweries.
there's so many breweries.
Yeah, but like it's always like fucking bring your kid to the bar day at brewery.
Well, it's
you
not
go there on a
technically
Sunday.
a bar.
It's not, and they always have like Connect Four or some goofy shit for them to play.
It's always the thing about like breweries is they're just very like there's just a douchebaggery to it.
Yeah.
Like it's like because the guys who do like all of the like brewery shit, they're the same guys that like think they know everything about bourbon. The kind of guy that walks into a liquor store and sees a $500 bottle and thinks because he has $300 in his pocket cash that he's just gonna be able to haggle his way into getting the $200 off the bottle.
Yeah.
You know, like it's the same thing with these fucking because it's like the names are always so complicated on these fucking beers too. It's always like bastard cock horse ale, and I'm like, I just want to drink a fucking beer. I don't need to know about all of the different scents. It's not wine. Why don't you calm the fuck down?
Yeah.
The only reason that you're drinking it is because it's 13% alcohol. You don't give a shit if you can taste raspberries in it.
Yeah.
You don't give a fuck about any of that. Everywhere on Long Island, dude.
Yeah.
They're like you hit a rock. I mean, how many breweries have you done in comedy?
A bunch.
Yeah, it's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's like they're everywhere and like they're not all good. Like
No, but like that's the
except
thing.
for Squarehead Rules. We do shows at Squarehead. Squarehead Rules. Shout out Squarehead.
Holbrook.
Holbrook. It's fucking great.
The best guys that run it.
Oh, Brad and his
Dave.
dad, right?
Yeah,
Dave
Brad and Dave.
Brad, yeah. Oh God, I love that. Dave looks like he moonlights as Santa Claus, like in the
It's
fucking
like a cool
winter.
Santa Claus.
Yeah, like like a biker Santa Claus, or like a
Yeah.
Santa Claus at a Rob Zombie show, or some
Yeah.
shit like that.
He's got a slick back white hair.
Yeah, exactly. Or he looks like that guy that sits at the bar, and that's just like, about that dude's got a lot of pussy stories. Like,
Dude, you look at him and you know he's gotten some box.
he has though. But
You know that guy's got some friction marks on his wiener.
those are one of those like bar character people that I always like seeing,
Oh yeah.
where it's like, you ever seen the movie? You seen the movie Shaun of the Dead?
Oh
When they're
yeah.
just going, he's just pointing out all of like, there's amazing people here, and there's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's her, coccicidal maniac. Like, there's always an old slut, an old man slut,
Yeah.
a gambler, and a dude who brings his kid to the bar. Like
Yeah.
that's the group of people that you can always see at like 3 p.m.
At the
like,
Winchester.
At the Winchester, yeah,
Yeah.
or at like
Grizzly Sports Den.
any Irish bar on Long Island that with a Y in its fucking ending. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
McCarthy's, all that shit.
Yeah.
Or anywhere Terry McNeely goes at night.
The bar I grew up in was Grizzly Sports Den in Bayshore. And
Grizzly Sports.
Sports Den. Yeah, it was one of those places where you walk in and your feet stick to the floor.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't. And you just look down. It's like it looks clean, but I just think it's permanently sticky.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. But like those are the people I'd be introduced to. There's a guy named Hippie Dave. There was Paulie the Midget. Like
Paulie the Midget. Yeah, all
Yeah.
that stuff. Yeah, there was,
that guy used to babysit me when I was a kid.
there's a bar in Sag Harbor where I grew up called the Corner Bar, which is like the most local shit you
Yeah.
could like. Anytime people come out to the Hamptons, they're like, "Where's the local color at?" Like that's where you go.
Yeah.
There's just a dude. Never knew his name. Just Chief.
Yeah. What's up,
Hey,
Chief?
Chief. I think he was a cop at one point. I don't know his backstory, but he's just Chief.
Yeah.
And like I always like walking in those old bars too. When when you walk in, there's just an old smoke eater hanging from the ceiling.
Smoke.
You never heard,
yeah,
you
yeah,
ever seen
yeah.
the old smoke because you'd smoke inside.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
It looks like a giant air conditioning.
Yeah.
But it just sucks up all the smoke, and I'm like, nah, this is the kind of bar. Like
That's the one thing I'm really
after
upset.
midnight, people definitely smoke inside.
Yeah, but that's the one thing I really missed the boat on. I wish we could still smoke in bars in New York.
Did you ever smoke cigarettes?
Only when I was drunk.
Oh, you're one of
would've
those guys.
But like, I remember when I went to Florida in 2016, and there was a bar that you could smoke cigars in. That was fun.
Specifically cigars?
Anything went. Well,
Really?
not weed in Florida because they're still.
Well, of course.
Yeah, they're free, but
Florida's-
not that free.
Florida's I don't think there's ever been rules in Florida.
No.
Not
Not for white people.
No, not for white not for white people who are fucking trash. Like that.
Yeah. I think I just heard Chris mark a place in the podcast that we have to cut.
Yeah, so bars that you can Pennsylvania. When I go to Pennsylvania with Terry McNeely, there's a bar called Sparky's Wolf. I've talked about it on this pod, but you can smoke. Like there's several bars that you can smoke in. And I remember the first time walking into this bar with Terry, and you would have thought when he saw the ashtrays on the table, I mean, you would have thought the dude won the lottery. Like he looked at it like he had just walked into his like I finally found my church.
He was a kid on Christmas.
Dude, he did one of those things where he like lit it slow and then like took the deep inhale and just blew it around.
Yeah. He was just zen in that moment.
Texas, I've been in bars in Texas. I remember when I went to, I think it was Houston, like, and I was there in college for this forensic competition, and I would remember walking into a bar and there was ashtrays on the table, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here! This is amazing.
Yeah.
And I just was like, because I had never smoked in a bar until that point, and it was like at the time the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, it makes you feel like North Korea is just New York.
Yeah,
branded differently. Like, why can't we do stuff in our state?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't. I just do stuff.
I just do it anyway.
Well, like smoking in bars, I can kind of understand when people like complain, like you can't even smoke in bars anymore, and I'm like, the fact that people thought that you could just cut a restaurant into two sections and that would somehow, like, that's wild to me.
Yeah,
you know, like that they thought, like, don't worry, we put a small divider between the smoke won't get through this.
Yeah, yeah.
Like there's still like remnants of like some of those old restaurants and like the walls are yellow and everything like that. But it's crazy to me that they thought just a divider would be like, no, smoking or non-smoking. There's no way you're going to smell a stale marble red blow over your fucking eggs Benedict this morning. Don't worry.
The plexiglass shields work. That's what they learned during COVID.
It's just so wild to me. Like even like Wendy's. Like have you ever seen like an old Wendy's? They used to have the patio. They used to be the smoking section in Wendy's.
Whoa.
Yeah. Swear to God, dude. McDonald's used to have a smoking section. Wild to me that like that was a thing that people were like, because there's nothing worse than eating and having somebody blow. And I, as someone who smoked, who misses smoking a lot, I loved sucking down a cheeseburger and smoking a cigarette. But if I wasn't smoking and eating, I'd be pissed.
Yeah,
I'd be so pissed. I'd be like, "How's your eggs?" It's like, it tastes like an ultralight.
Yeah. Can I get the Parliament scrambled?
Yeah, I mean, I talk about it all the time. I'm happy I quit smoking, but I miss it so much.
Yeah.
I miss.
That's what every smoker says.
It just is. It's just the way that it is. I'm like, I don't condone anybody. Like, I don't fucking care if you smoke. People are like, I just wanted to quit because I was smoking 2 packs every 2 days. Like, I was going through like a pack every 2 days, essentially.
Yeah.
And it was my favorite thing to do was to like sit in front of my TV, watch movies about people smoking, and then smoke while they smoked.
Like I'm in on the joke.
Fucking watch Tarantino movies. Like it's so cool. Like
God, I feel like a movie director
look
now.
At that fucking ashtray, fucking broken. Just like because I loved chain smoking.
Yeah,
loved chain smoking.
I grew up in a smoker house, and I think that turned.
Oh yeah, my dad
turned
smoked
me off
inside the house until he quit too.
Yeah, but that turned me off though. I didn't like smelling like cigarettes when I was a kid, and then when
my grandmother smoked in her house.
In the Army was the first time I smoked like a cigarette, and I was like, "This sucks." I'm like, why do people do this?
Did they make you smoke in the Army? Where they're like, "You got to do this," or you?
It's standard issue. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get? Did they still give you fucking? Do they still give you fucking like cigarettes in the Army?
No, dude.
At one point they gave them to you, didn't they?
What do you think? It's 1944,
I don't
Joe?
know. I'm high all the time.
We watched too many World War II. Yeah, in World War II, yeah, that's what they did.
I played a lot of Call of Duty, so I think I know a little bit about how the military works. Okay.
Yeah.
Number one, there's a secret island with there's zombies on it. I know about that.
Yeah.
I know about that.
Yeah.
No, my dad always told me this story when he was in boot. When he was in the Army, they because everybody smoked.
Yeah.
This was the Vietnam.
It was the
era.
70s.
Well, it was the 60s.
Oh
My dad was in Vietnam 67, 68.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And he always told me this story that if they found you smoking a cigarette with a filter on it, they would make you do 50 push-ups.
That's very funny.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like, it's like do it while you're smoking a Lucky Strike. Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, my dad smoked Camel Unfiltered for a long time.
Yeah. Dude, actually, my buddy made a lower enlisted do push-ups while smoking one time.
Oh my God.
So, you know what? We are keeping the tradition alive. But he got caught smoking in his barracks room. He goes, "You want to smoke so bad? Get a light one up." And he made him do just a bunch of push-ups and sit-ups, smoking the whole time. He made him smoke an entire pack while working out.
It's like, that stuff's so funny to me when somebody just like parent shames you.
Yeah.
But it's not your parent. Like, that's one of the reasons I like to watch Bar Rescue so much.
Yeah.
Because John Taffer would be like, "Oh, this guy, he comes in, he saves your bar, but before he's going to do that, he's going to degrade you like a stepdad."
More than you, yeah. He's a drill sergeant of Bar Rescue.
I was watching. I just like to go through clips sometimes of him just decimating these people. At one point, they go into this bar, and he's like, I guess this dude was like drunk and like kicking one of his bartenders. And then John Taffer comes in, and he was just like, "Get on your knees, how do you like it?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, is he gonna make him suck his dick right now? Like, what's happening?"
Yeah, you want this bar to work, right? You got to suck it.
People are always like Gordon Ramsay. I'm like, fuck that. John
Taffer's a fucking maniac.
John Taffer probably really can't help your bar at the end of the day, but he's very entertaining to watch.
Yeah, dude, that's what drill sergeants are like. It's the funniest thing in the world.
That's what they're like,
dude. Basic training.
What's your funniest experience from boot? You have like a story that you can tell on here.
Yeah. One of my favorite ones.
Please don't tell me about the time that you said, "Well, we beat up this gay kid once." That would be terrible.
I was the gay kid. Now, from the basic training, the food of basic training is like super nutrient dense.
Okay.
And I would shit my pants at least 4 times a week, just by accident.
Okay. Just by accident?
Literally, I would go to like slip out a fart in between, like we're doing classwork and stuff like that. I'm like,
oh, that's wet.
Oh, fuck. And then you only get a certain amount of bathroom breaks during the day, so you just have to sit there with poop between your butt cheeks for a little while.
Oh my God.
It's the worst. And then like we actually ended up having like 3 pink eye outbreaks in our unit.
Because people were farting into pillows?
I don't know what was going on, but it was spreading like wildfire.
3 pink eye outbreaks?
Dude, drill sergeants were getting it.
The drill sergeants were getting... Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, dude, we had to... Literally, they made us wipe down ceiling to floor with bleach and rags one day just to try to kill every bit of pink eye that was in that building. And I remember, like, so I'm in the newer army, so we get a little bit of freedom. On Sundays, they used to let us, like, go make phone calls for 2 hours and then come back and, like, you can go to the shop back, get some candy if you wanted. But we come back and they have to do what's called as a contraband search. So
I've heard of these.
They patch down and make sure you're not sneaking anything into the barracks because you can't have food, you can't have any fun stuff, you can't have any tobacco.
It's like Full Metal Jacket when he finds a donut and he makes him eat it while everybody else has to work.
Yeah, and this is right after the pink eye outbreak. And
the great pink eye outbreak.
Yeah, and I've already made multiple people in my unit gag from my farts because I was just atrocious. And so like they're checking me down, and my buddy next to me is like, "Careful, drill sergeant, Roy might fart on you while you're searching him." And the drill sergeant looks me dead in the eyes and goes, "Roy, if you fart on me, I'll dip my hand in bleach and punch you right in your fucking face." And you can't laugh, so I'm just like,
so that's the thing.
Funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Point out because I know that there's a problem. I like to watch videos of people getting yelled at.
Yeah.
And I've watched drill sergeant videos before, and I'm like, here's the thing. They're actually saying, like, people are like, "Wow, that's really like hardcore shit." And I'm like, this is some of the funniest shit. They're just trying to make them laugh.
It's so funny.
I realize I'm like, oh, they're just trying to make them laugh.
Yeah.
Like because if you watch Full Metal Jacket, you know, Arlie Ermey comes out there and says some of the funniest shit I've ever heard in a movie ever. When he was just like, "How tall are you, son?" He goes, 6'3". God damn, I didn't know they stack shit that high.
Yeah.
You look good looking kid. I want you to come home and fuck my sister. And like that's just hilarious.
Dude,
shit.
yeah, they try to make you break, and if you break, they punish you.
Yeah,
it's
just
discipline.
Yeah, discipline by just saying the most hilarious, awful shit. It's like,
dude, we had a guy one
dip
time.
my hand in bleach and punch you in the face.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
yeah. And the guy,
I kind of want you to do it just for the image.
And the guy who said it was this chubby kid too. And he goes to him. He goes, "What do you got, Sakura?" He goes, "Nothing, drill sergeant." He goes, "Bullshit! I bet you fucking stashed some Twinkies out by the dumpster, you fat shit." And again, can't laugh. And I'm like,
I want a job.
Just
I want a
ready to
job
explode.
writing roast jokes for drill sergeants.
Yeah.
That's what I would. You should fucking.
Dude, that might be a big market.
Dude, let's fucking.
We'll give you some gold.
Dude, you want to do? Just we'll come in for an hour. Here, say this to them. Like,
Yeah.
like Jackie the Joke Man. But
Yeah.
like, dude, that's an untapped market. We need to start. We're creating jobs for comedians right now. That's what we're doing.
We might be able to get a government contract for this.
The way the country's going, hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, let's go. Oh man, dude, there was so many funny things, man.
I've honestly, because I've talked to a lot of people like just that have been in the military and everything, just because I would help out at help out with like renovations over at the American Legion and everything, and that's not me being like, look how much of a good guy I am.
Just
My
something
dad,
you did.
I have a good relationship with my dad. My dad was always over there. I like helping my dad out, but you end up talking to some of the young guys and everything that are just there, and I end up asking them like 300 questions about that shit.
Yeah,
and like it's like really just really interesting. Like, first of all, the difference between the old and the new is hilarious.
yeah.
Like
The old dudes are so much harder.
wow, I mean, they were, it was just I'm things probably are better. I'm not in the military. I don't fucking know. Things probably are better now, but yeah, those dudes are like
Grizzled.
God, like just because it was like boot camp for them was like a month at the time.
Yeah.
Right. I don't even think it was 6 weeks back, like during like Vietnam. No, I think it was 6 weeks during like Vietnam, but I like World War II. I think it was like a month, and then because they were just shipping people out.
Yeah.
So they're just like all of them still smoke. like
Dude, they were smoking weed out of shotguns in Vietnam.
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite videos.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, I worked with this one Vietnam veteran, and he was telling me
those
about.
dudes have the most crazy stories.
He was a ranger in Vietnam, and
my dad was a ranger.
He was telling me about there'd be like a guy who would like rat on other guys in the unit. He goes, yeah, and then one day someone put a grenade in the outhouse and that guy died. Like, and they called it up as a mortar fire. I'm like,
Chris, cut that clip. I don't want to.
I'm like, okay, you guys just murdered each other.
Oh yeah, you hear those stories and,
Yeah.
and they're like
It's
laughing
mob
and you're
shit.
like,
yeah. He goes, yeah, pretty funny. I'm like, yeah, very funny. Wow, great story. You shouldn't tell that to anybody.
you shouldn't tell that to anybody, especially somebody that could, I don't know, hunt you down.
He didn't pull the pin. He's all right.
That's what he says. No. Oh yeah, dude, like all those dudes have like the craziest stories ever, and
Yeah.
like it's like again, like, just doing work at the American Legion, just talking to dudes. It's like you hear wild shit. Like it's like the best people that you can talk to are like I said, like you said, Vietnam era guys, because they're just like my dad was a ranger, Green Beret, 2 Purple Hearts and a Bronze Star.
Sounds like a real pussy.
Yeah.
Why don't you try being a military
which is why I
policeman
do
for
that
5
joke.
years?
So I do that joke I do about how he smokes weed.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I
yeah,
always
I like
gauge
that
the
one.
audience
Yeah.
about how, like if I do, because the punchline's different,
Yeah.
or the setup is different. Because sometimes you do some of these shows, and if I set it up the fact that I'm like, my dad thinks this joke is hilarious, where I go, I buy weed for my dad, but he treats me like a drug dealer, so I started acting like a drug dealer towards him. So he was just like, can you spot me this week to get some weed? And I go, yeah. And then I made him suck my dick.
I love that joke.
I know, I do too.
But I do watch half
sometimes
the
people
audience get
still-
turned off
They're
real
like,
quick.
what the fuck? So I changed it to it. So then I broke both of his thumbs, which usually gets a decent reaction.
That's funny. Yeah.
But like, there's times.
What's funnier than your dad sucking
That's
your
kind
dick?
of what I'm
That's
saying.
comedy, dude.
Isn't that what I'm like? What's funnier than that? Like he's treating me like a drug dealer. I'm like, yeah, blow me. But
Yeah.
I used to go even harder with it. So I would go. So I fucked his wife in front of him.
Oh my God.
Which
That's
is just
gold.
an incest joke.
Yeah. Who wouldn't like that, Joe Winchell?
My mom does not like that joke. My mom does not like that
She
joke.
doesn't like me joking about her blowing.
Well,
me.
you gotta fucking. I'm not one of those people like you don't. Because I'm not like my goal is to never go out there and like push the boundary. My goal is always just to make people laugh.
Yeah.
Sometimes and I don't look at it as pushing the boundary. I'm like, it's ridiculous. This is a ridiculous scenario. It's not like I like, sometimes comics are like, well, I'm edgy. And I'm like, go fuck yourself. Just shut up.
Yeah.
Just,
I mean, you're trying too hard.
Oh, God. Those guys that fucking, because they took one picture of themselves with black and, they saw one picture of Tom Hardy smoking a cigar and they were like, that's me. That's me. Black
I'm
and
that
white.
guy.
Oh, my God. What a fucking, I'm edgy. You're not edgy.
I'm the White Chappelle.
Yeah. That's what they call me, White Chappelle.
Yeah.
But it's you're supposed to go for the ridiculous. It's all silly.
Yeah.
In my opinion, right?
Yeah.
So it's just silly to be like, if my dad treats me like a drug dealer, then he blows me because that's what a drug dealer would do, you know? So,
dude, what makes me laugh the hardest is just the realm of like unrealistic but funny. Like I just love goofy shit.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you, it's like, what would you say like when you're doing your shit, like what your brand of comedy is?
Dude, I don't know, man.
Because you're kind of like a roast guy. You're very quick. Like you can throw little jabs and barbs out there.
Yeah.
And then like when you do your stuff, and this is not me, this is negative. I love, because I love your act. You do kind of like you said, it's just like everyday life stuff. Like you're not like going like the stuff about your fucking brother. That's funny shit.
Yeah, exactly. I take like real life shit, but sometimes real life shit is too dark for people to really laugh at.
Yeah, but then you gotta just throw it out there.
This is my shit.
Yeah, but you gotta go out there and just
your
throw
life.
it out there. Yeah, exactly. Oh, when people feel bad. I remember one time, you know who Truck Hudson is?
Yeah.
Yeah, Truck, he was doing a show. I was hosting for Marina Franklin in Southampton, and Truck featured. Truck, the hilarious, great guy.
Yeah.
And he starts doing this thing. He starts doing this joke about like having a side piece and everything. And like people are just like feeling bad because he's married. And it's a joke, obviously.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, he goes, all right, I'll change it up. Apparently, you guys have some strong opinions about my wife who you've never fucking met.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to diffuse it when people get uncomfortable.
Like, when people like feel bad for something. Like, it's just a comedy show, man.
Yeah, like I talk about my dad leaving, and I'm like, listen, you don't know what I did. You got to hear his side of the story.
Remember that one time with the mic that lady was just like...
Yes, I joked about how
bad for your shitty dad.
Yeah, I joked about how every dad's fantasy deep down is to leave their kids.
Yeah,
it's a fantasy. You don't have to follow through on it. It's just something you think about, and it brings you joy. And she was like, "That's not right. That's not right." And I'm like, "Your husband's smiling and laughing." I'm like, "He's thinking about it right now."
Yeah, and then he's thinking about it right now. And then you were like, "My dad left," and she kind of didn't know what to say, but she was like, "Oh well." I'm like, "Lady, it's first of all, it's an open mic.
Yeah,
shut the fuck up."
I made her eat some crow that night. That was fun,
dude.
I was like, "Your husband's laughing. He's got kids. And he wants to leave them right now. Look at him."
I always tell people. Like that, like, hey, can I swing by the mic just to like watch? I'm like, you can, but like, just know that it's just the gym. It's just we're just trying shit. That's not.
You mean when you hear people talking shit about the mic next door at the Chinese place?
I don't know if I ever told that on here. I was at the Japanese restaurant right next door to the mic, and I was just like sitting there, like trying to see if I have anything fully formed, and just like going over my shit. And there's a table behind me, and they're going over next door to play pool, and then one guy goes, "It is comedy open mic night tonight, though." And they're like, "Oh, how is it?" It's like, they just kind of say stuff. And even if it's not funny, they kind of just keep going, whatever, not all of it's good. It's like, then all of a sudden somebody goes, "Well, what time does it start?" And then I just turn around and I go, "Starts at 8:00. And they go, "Oh, how do you know that?" I'm like, "Because I run the mic." And then I just turned back around and I just heard them go, "Oh." And then when they came in, I just told them, like, give them shit.
Yeah.
And everybody did. And I was like,
these guys were just shit talking me.
Dude, but I kind of do low key love it when somebody,
Will's calling me. Should we make him go live on the pod with us?
Yeah, go live. Will McCarroll.
Will McCarroll, you're live on Millennial Stoner right now. How are you doing?
I'm live on Millennial Stoner.
Yeah, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, not much, man. I just picking up the van. I was just calling to touch base with my dude here.
I'm the dude. What's going on?
Yeah, he's the dude.
Not much, man. I'm very excited for tonight. We have a lot of people coming.
Hell yeah, a lot of people. Hamburger Club.
Hamburger Club.
Music call.
Will, cut a promo for Hamburger Club over the phone right now.
Yeah, cut a promo. Sell Hamburger Club to us right now.
Whoever is the first person to walk through those doors tonight, I will suck their dick.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
I will wear cheap mascara. We will make a video. You can put it on Instagram.
And believe me, Will's head game is crazy.
If you want to degrade Will, do it.
Yeah.
Well, yo, call me back after you film.
Yeah, we're almost done, dude.
Yeah, we'll be done in a minute.
We'll hit you up in a minute. Will McCarroll, everybody. Cameo from Will McCarroll.
Guy who never says goodbye on the phone and pisses me off.
Oh, no, he just hangs up all the time.
I know.
I've talked to Will for like 20 minutes on the phone, and then all of a sudden it's just click, and I go,
yeah.
I really thought we bonded over that. I thought I earned a goodbye.
Like, Jesus Christ, what happened to etiquette in this country?
I love that, man.
Yeah.
So, let's see here. I think we're going to wrap up here. Yeah. Donnie, do you have any shows you want to plug?
I'm doing a college with Mr. Rob White,
Which college?
28th.
Jersey?
Yeah, the one in Jersey. What is
I
it
did
called?
that one with
Felician?
him. Yeah, I did that one.
He said you got to do 10 minutes clean. I was like,
It's a Christian college.
Oh, I know.
And I was proud of myself. I didn't curse at all, and I just messed with the audience a bunch because I hosted the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it was like a little, because I had never really done that clean before.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I did, because I like the fact that I was able to work a little clean and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, put your dates out there.
Let me see. I'm scrolling. March 13th, I'm doing a show at Great South Bay Brewery in Ronkonkoma.
Mm-hmm. Is that a Noel Rodney Jr. show?
No, that's Butera.
Jean Butera?
Butera has asked me to do some dates.
Oh, good for it. That's awesome.
I know. I've come back in the good graces. March 22nd, I'll also be doing a Butera show at McGuire's Comedy Club, Bohemia, New York. And then I think the 30th. Nope, that's a Jewish holiday. Hang on. There is one more, but that's all right.
I'm glad
that's all I want to put
asked
out
you to
there.
do this so the show could come to a dead stop.
Yeah, no problem. I didn't have them ready. I'm sorry. I'm bad at
We'll
plugs.
plug your Instagram. Donnie puts all his dates on his Instagram. So it's
Follow me on
Ronnie Doy?
Instagram, Ronnie.doy. I know Chris has a cute little banner he's going to put up right underneath me.
Yeah, and again, Donnie we've evolved in the podcast, so get used to seeing Donnie and Will. That's going to be the permanent second and third mics,
and co-host of Hamburger Club Comedy.
Who's also, we're going to start. We're kind of developing this little channel for Long Island shows and podcasts with Rotgut, and they're a part of it now. And I think they're two of the. Honestly, I'm going to jerk you off a little bit. I think you and Will have a great off the cuff funny, and this podcast is just better. With
Keep going. I'm almost there.
And I'm just going to open my mouth a little bit and get on my knees. But I appreciate you guys coming on. Follow Ronnie Doy. Check him out on Instagram under Ronnie Doy. My Instagram is at that Winchell Kid 87. Follow Millennial Stoner on Instagram, on YouTube, we're still on Spotify, Chris. Spotify, Facebook, all that stuff. Find Millennial Stoner. Keep liking our reels. Keep subscribing. If you want to see the shows I'm doing, go to sticksandstonescomedyclub.com. I'm going to be there in May again. I think Mr. Rob White's going to be there. But check that out. And then Terry McNeely and Friends show March 12th. I believe that's at McGuire's in Bohemia. So that's great. And just, so go to my Instagram. I put all my dates up there. And also the Magic Mind, everybody, that we did. Again, go to magicmind.com. Use our promo code TMS20. And you can get 20% off a one-time purchase or 40% off on a subscription purchase. And it's good stuff, man. I'm not going to lie. I was kind of hurting coming in here, and I felt better about 5 minutes after taking this. So.
It's the only shot you wish you took yesterday.
Exactly. So,
tired of feeling like you woke up in a dumpster, drink Magic Mind.
Are you tired of snorting B12 in the morning? Just do this.
Yeah. You tired of pounding Zins just to make your brain work a little bit?
Are you tired of
Magic Mind?
Are you tired of shoving Zins up your ass just for the rush?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, me neither. But yeah, Magic Mind guys, and as always, thanks for tuning in, and to everybody subscribing, thank you for subscribing. We'll see you next week on Millennial Stoners. Goodbye, everybody.